the uses of the three particles that we have, the alpha, the beta, and the gamma. It's very important that you know at least one use of alpha, one use of beta, one use of gamma. Because in the exam they will specify to say, can you state one use of alpha, can you state one use of beta, can you state one use of gamma. So it's very important that you know the uses of these particles. So we're going to start with the alpha particle. So for the alpha particle, we can say it is used in smoke. It is used in smoke detectors. So alpha particle is used in smoke detectors. How is it used in smoke detectors? We understand that it has got the least penetrating power, meaning that once it is put in a system which can detect smoke, it can be blocked by just smoke, which is going to trigger the alarm and signal that there is fire maybe in the building. So this is one use of the alpha particle. It is used in smoke detectors. Why? Because smoke can easily block the alpha particle, and it will trigger the alarm, which is going to signal that there is maybe some burning in the room or in the building. Then we can also talk about the beta particle. So for the beta particle, it is used. This one it is used to determine the thickness of a sheet. So it is used to determine the thickness of a sheet. So mostly this is the method or technique that they use in the production of paper, in the production of iron sheets, just to determine that thickness. They use the beta particles. So these are radioactive substances. They are very useful. Again, you understand that they are also dangerous, but mostly they are useful. So beta particle, it is used to determine the thickness of a sheet. So I've given an example in the production of paper, in the production of iron sheets, also plastic. Then the last one, which is gamma. So the gamma ray. So for the gamma ray, we're going to say that it has got so many uses. So number one, I'll start with it is used for sterilizing surgical instruments. It is used for sterilizing surgical instruments. Then the other one also for it is used in food packaging. It is used in food packaging. So these are some of other uses. For gamma, we're saying that it is used in food packaging. We know that gamma it has the highest penetrating power, and it is capable of killing the bacteria. So once the food is processed, now we want to package the food. It means that it may contain some bacteria. So those bacteria are supposed to be destroyed. So they use the gamma ray to destroy those bacteria. Then they package the food. So this is important to understand some of these uses. In as much as radioactive particles are so useful, they can also be dangerous. So look at some dangers of these radioactive particles. So the first one that you're going to look at will say radioactive particles. They can cause mutations. They can cause mutations. So you can understand that mutation, this is just a change in the genetic makeup. once you're exposed to radioactive particles, some organs or some genetic makeups may tend to do what? To change because of these radioactive particles. So it's very important that you understand the way you're supposed to use what? Radioactive particles. Then the other one is they cause cancer. Then 3, they cause skin. So these are some of the dangers of radioactive particles. They can cause mutation, they can cause cancer, they can cause what? Skin sores. Now, we understand that mostly the radiation that causes cancer, it is also the one that is used to cure it. So, take for instance, if gamma can cause what? Cancer. Then, even when we are trying to cure cancer, they use what? The same what? Radiation. Because we understand that where gamma passes, it kills all the living what? Cells. It can kill all the living what? Cells. Now, for instance, someone is affected with cancer. Then maybe only a part of a skin, that's where cancer is. So they'll use a technique, they'll use what? Gamma. Then they'll just concentrate the ray on the affected what? Part, which is going to kill all the cancerous what? Cells. And nowadays, it's not that they've improved the technology and the technique that they use. They make sure that the living cells are not what? Affected again by what? By gamma. So it only targets what? The tumor or the affected what? Part. So gamma can cause cancer. Again, gamma can be used to cure what? Cancer. So it's very much important that you understand these dangers, and later on we are going to look at the precautions that you are supposed to take when dealing with what? Radioactive particles. So the other thing that you're supposed to put into consideration is that we have background radiation. So how do we define background radiation? It's not always that some radiations can be coming from where we don't know, but in the environment where we are, there are some radiations that we cannot run away from. So we call those radiations as background what? Radiations. Radiations that just exist in the environment. They are just there. So we can define this as these are radiations that naturally exist in the environment. So they just naturally exist in the environment. We may not know that where we are there are some radiations, but they are just there in the environment. And background radiation, it has a minimum effect when it comes to human life. So the radiations which are in the environment, they are not that dangerous. So we are saying that they have an infinitesimal effect on human beings. Now, what are the sources of these background radiations? Since you are saying they are just there, they exist. Now, where do they come from? So you're simply going to say the sources of background radiations. So the sources of background radiations. So the first one, we understand that there are some radiations that are just naturally they are just there. Then some they are caused by human activities. So the first one we are going to talk about those which just exist. They are just naturally they are just in the environment. So one, we can say that from the cosmic rays from the sun. We understand that the rays that comes from the sun, they are called what? The ultraviolet rays. So these have got an effect. These are radiations which have got an effect when it comes to when you're exposed to these radiations, they might have some effects on your skin, or they can cause some mutations, or they can cause what? Cancer. So these are rays that comes from outer space. They also have some effects. So this is one example of the background radiations. So cosmic rays are from the sun. Then the other one, we can also talk about the mineral radiations in the Earth's crust. So also the mineral radiations in the Earth's crust, they can cause what? Mutations. So we're simply talking about uranium, we have radon, polonium, we also have mercury, we also have lead. Those are minerals that can cause what? Some dangers when you're exposed to those radiations. So mineral radiations, I've given you examples. You have uranium, polonium, radon, then also lead and mercury. Those are some of the examples of minerals that we can talk about. So the third one that we can look at, we know that even human activities, they also tend to do what? To cause danger, or they can, whatever we do, they can produce some radiations. So a good example, we know that a nuclear, we can leave this one as also a source, a nuclear power station. So it can be a source of background radiation. Then another one is also the atomic weapon testing. So after making some weapons by using these, we call them the atomic weapons, now when testing them, they also cause what? The background radiations, which can have so many effects on human beings. So it's very much important that you understand these sources, and you must be able to define background radiation. So in an exam, they ask you to define background radiation and also to state the sources. So make sure that you understand these sources. Okay, so there is an exercise for you. So just take the uses of radioactive particles with regard to the following. So medicinal purposes, then agricultural purposes, then also in industries. Then the next one, state the 7 precautions. State 7 precautions that can be taken when dealing with radioactive substances. So you make sure that you state there, at least give me 4. Then there you give me 7. Okay, so this is where we are going to end. So I encourage you